welcome to this might be episode 10 of Parker's Predictions. He's Jimmy, I'm Parker, and we're giving a special episode because we are going to the Alamo Bowl where Texas and Washington will face off. So this is probably going to be a quick episode because as y'all can see and probably hear, the bumps and we're going, and you can hear the road, so we're going to try to make this a quick episode. So I'm going to try to make a quick little recap of last week. So I know last week we picked the same picks, but two of our picks we both got surprised because I looked at both of us. Our first pick was Baylor Air Force, and looking at the games, it was Air Force's way, not Armed Force. Air Force's way because they are 9-3 and Baylor's 6-6, but Baylor plays tougher opponents. So you think Baylor is gonna win it, but no. Air Force, I think it was an Armed Forces Bowl, that's why.
Yep.
So,
I had Baylor winning big in that game, by the way.
And I think Air Force won big in that game. I think they once went up like 30-9.
The game was never close. It was never a close match.
I think they won 30-16 or something like that. And so, come on, it was a home game for Baylor basically too, because it was in Fort Worth.
But
so
Air Force came in, they wanted it more, and good for them.
And they won. So I think the over hit also right there, yeah. And then we had the Eagles and Cowboys. This surprisingly was the toughest game probably of the week to pick, I think.
Because of who?
Because of Jalen Hurts.
Yep.
But after that, it turned crazy. Because as soon as that game started, you could tell. The Eagles and the Cowboys. We both had them winning, and we thought they were going to screw the Eagles. We both thought they were going to blow the Eagles out.
Yeah.
But Gardner Minshew came out and showed who's boss, and he led the Eagles to 34 points.
Yeah, he did really, really well.
But the Cowboys held up and held strong, and they won that game 40-34 in a very, very good classic.
Oh, yeah. I think it would have gone the other way
if they had Jalen
Hurts would have played, but you got to play who's in front of you, and props to the Cowboys for pulling out that win.
I'm surprised they didn't win by more, though. It was in Jerry World, too, AT&T Stadium.
Yeah.
Prime time, 3:25 on a Saturday, Christmas Eve.
Hey, a win's a win. I don't care who you're playing. Win the game.
And then the last one, Packers-Dolphins. We both had the Dolphins. I don't know if you had them blowing them out, but I had the Dolphins basically blowing the Packers out. I had the Packers losing 31-17 because they've won 2 straight games, but it's been to 2 bad teams. It's been to before this win, it was to LA Rams and Chicago Bears. Both of those teams are already out of the playoffs.
Yeah.
So they needed to win this game, or else they're out of it, unless so many things go right, which barely ever happens. But I thought, Packers, where was it? This was, I think it was in Miami.
It was in Miami, yeah. It was cold, too.
It was 65 degrees. Yeah. Aaron Jones was questionable. The spread was Miami 4, but the Packers got it done.
Yeah.
I can't remember the final score of that game, but they got that win done.
It's sad because ever since Tua hurt
himself, they've been slow.
The team just has not been the same.
Yeah.
And if Brett Favre has any fight left in him, he's going to try his hardest to make his way into the playoffs. So
Brett Favre.
Not Brett Favre. Yeah. So yeah.
I thought you were saying he's going to make a return.
No, he's done.
Yeah, he's been done for a while. So that's both of us.
Okay, so
we went 1-2 last week.
Yeah.
Shout out to the Longhorns basketball team for winning. I'm happy about that.
Yep.
But let's get into this week's picks. I'm gonna go with because we are going to the Texas game, so I'm gonna get the Dallas game first.
Okay.
That's tonight, Thursday Night Football. Dallas, Tennessee, and we just wrote all this down because we're trying to get there. So we got Dallas, Tennessee. It's in Tennessee. The over-under's 40.5. Tennessee, I think, is on a 5-game L streak.
Ooh,
Dallas
that's
is on
not good.
And as we talked about from last week, whenever we made our picks, our one win, the Cowboys beat the Eagles, so they're on a 1-game win streak. And there's a lot of questionables, important questionables for both teams. You got Ryan Tannehill is questionable.
Probably the biggest one.
But you got Micah Parsons, questionable, possible defensive player of the year. And then listen to this one. Derrick Henry is doubtful for this game.
Oh, gosh.
So anyways.
Yeah, okay.
Anyways, Dallas spread 13.5. Tennessee 7-8. Dallas, what is it? Matchup predictor has them winning 91.2. So.
Oh, so it's a huge favorite to Dallas.
Yeah, big favorite. And the spread says it too, so it's not just a 50-50 toss-up. So I got seeing this because two important players.
Yeah.
Also Tony Pollard. I didn't write that one down because it would have taken up the whole page because there was a lot of important players.
So many players hurt.
Yeah. Tony Pollard is hurt too, so it's basically both. So you got two really important players, Parsons and Henry, and then Pollard and Tannehill are kind of the same. So it's kind of the same. It depends on who shows up to the game. So I think Dallas, because I said this last time whenever we played the Jaguars. I'm a Dallas fan, by the way. So I think that Dallas will prevail. They'll get this win. 37 to 14.
Yeah. I don't even know if all those injuries come through for the Titans. If you're looking like Tannehill's banged up, Henry's not gonna play. I mean, those two players alone.
Yeah,
that's
like
kind of your bread and butter there. So I'm thinking Cowboys big in this game, maybe like a 35-10, 35-17. But I see the Cowboys really pulling away in this game.
Okay, and then the big game that we are.
The reason we're on the road right now.
Yes.
Heading to San Antonio, Alamo Bowl.
Texas versus Washington. Longhorns versus Huskies. 8 p.m. kickoff, 66 degrees, Alamo Dome, an hour and 30 minutes away from where we are, I think, I hope, I don't know.
Yeah, it's about an hour and 30.
So the spread is 3 points for Texas. I have no idea how. Washington has the better quarterback. They have the better running back now because Bijan's gone, Roshan's gone. And our receiver core is trying to, or our main receiver's trying to leave. I don't know what they see. Maybe the defense, but. And also, matchup predictor thinks we're going to win too. 75.4%.
Yeah, I just have a hard time thinking that. Of course, you know, I'm going to pick the Longhorns in this game.
I hope y'all know that.
They always show up for their bowl games as of late. They've come out. They
beat
good
Utah.
In their bowl games. Yeah.
They beat. Well, we didn't have one last year.
So when you give Sark plenty of time to prep for a team, he can get it done. So I'm relying on that. I think that it's going to be a close.
I think it's going to be a very close game.
Yeah.
Because Washington also has the second best quarterback in passing yards this year. He has like 4,000 passing yards.
Yeah.
I have no idea who's first. Some good kid.
Yeah, I haven't watched a lot of Washington football, so I have no idea what they have.
I've actually watched more Washington State, I think. I think I took a look at one Washington State game this year. I watched a little bit of the Oregon-Washington game. I have no idea how that game turned out.
Yeah.
Washington won. But anyways, Washington coming to town all the way from up in the U.S. Texas only has to drive a little bit. So I got Texas 34. And as y'all know, I'm going to pick Texas. I don't know how much though. 31. Texas 34. Washington 30.
So the game-winning field goal by your man.
Yep, by my man.
All right. Okay, so I got this game being super, super close at the half.
At the half?
At the half, you know, you're talking about maybe 17 going in, 17-20. And then that second half.
You think? I mean, we never show up in our second half. So I hope if y'all have watched any Texas games this year, y'all will see in like, because Alabama and UL Monroe, those are like the only two games we showed up.
Yeah. But I'm thinking since, you know, all the players have been rested.
And I'll have training for this.
Yeah, last game of the season. You know,
Just depends your ranking
some of these
next
players
year.
want to go out with the bang, and on top of that, I mean, the talent always rises to the
talent
top.
always rises.
We have better talent, so I can see it close at the half, and then Texas
starts to
pulling
pull
away at
away.
the end. So I can see a Texas win by 10, 14 points somewhere in that area. So close at the half.
You have them covering the spread by a lot.
Texas pulling away in the second. I don't know, maybe like something weird, like a 40 to 24, or something,
Ooh, that's a
something
weird
like
game.
that. But yeah, I have Texas running away with it in that second
Alright.
half.
That's a fair pick. I'm surprised that this phone hasn't fallen down this whole entire time, and I wonder how this sounds. I'm gonna listen to this, and I wonder how this sounds.
Okay, well, yeah, so we're excited. I mean, this is our first
Bowl game
together. It's just me and him.
Yeah,
On our way up.
I haven't been to a Texas game since. I haven't like a game. We went to the orange and white game, but that's not really a game. I think the last game I went to wasn't even last season. I think it was the season before that.
Yep.
I don't know who we played. We played like UTSA or something like that.
Something like that, yeah.
My bad. Anyways,
That's just proof that we are on the road right now. All right, why don't
you
you wrap
can see
this
all the
up,
posts.
bud?
So I'm gonna get to editing this. So I hope I finish this. But this has been Jimmy and Parker with episode 10 of Parker's Predictions. Bye, guys.
Hook 'em.